here's a simple way to create an intro for your videos. When you get more advanced, you can do something more complicated than this, but you could start with a PowerPoint that you just toss some images into and some text. I've already saved this as a PowerPoint file. Now I'm going to save it as a JPEG, and I'll save it like that with the same name and current slide only. Now I'm going to go over to my video editing software and I'm going to import it, as long as I remember where I put it. But I'm also going to import some music. So since I started on the music where I came in, I'm going to import that first. Then I'm going to locate my document that I just saved for this. So I'm calling it a test. But you can, of course, call it whatever you want. So you don't pull in the PowerPoint, you pull in the JPEG. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with two tracks. So I'm going to pull the JPEG down first, and I'm actually going to increase the size, the zoom, and then I'm going to bring in the music on the second track. And of course, it's very loud and it's very long. So I only want it to be a few seconds long. And we can see that the PowerPoint is taking me to about 5 seconds. I might want it to be a little longer because I'm also going to do some zooming. So what I'm going to do is bring this out to about here, and then I'm going to listen to see where I want to cut it off based on maybe a normal place where the music might stop. Okay, maybe about right there. Actually, I like where that is. So now I'm going to zoom back, and I'm actually going to grab this music and shrink it in. Actually, I just thought of an easier way. With my playhead where it is, I'm going to right click the playhead and click split all. And then I'm going to take this part to the right, click it, right click, and delete. Okay. So now with this track, and I only have one audio right now, so I don't really need to lock track one. I'm going to go to audio. I'm going to choose it and click fade out and listen to it. All right. Now let's say I still decide that's a little too loud. Then I'll just bring the volume down a little bit. Listen for a second. Maybe down one more time. All right. So before I go any further, I'm going to save the project as a name. But I'm going to put it into, I know it's not an image, but test intro video. Now, another thing we can do is play with some zooming. And this is a little more advanced when you're in your video editor. And it's, for me, it's in visual properties. And I need to pick the image. So let's say I want to wind up in a full screen like this. But let's say when I start out, now this is where I want to wind up. But when I start out, I actually want to be a little more zoomed in, and then it'll zoom out as we work on this. So what I'm going to do is say, let's say I want it to be about here. I'm going to add an animation, and I'm going to pull it all the way back. And like I said, this is where I want it to wind up. Now I'm going to move my playhead all the way to the beginning, and I'm going to zoom in a bit. All right. And now click play. All right. So now I'm ready to save and now I'm ready to produce the file. And in the next clip, we'll show you how I bring this in then to another video, because it's the produced file that you'll be importing. All right, so I'm back to clean Camtasia Studio in my video editor, and now I'm ready to import some media. So first I'm going to import, make sure I know where my video is, and it probably put it somewhere else. That's okay. And you get so many of these files, and then you need to remember where you put it. Okay, so there's my test intro video, and then let's say I want to bring in some other video. So let's look at where I had my doggy. Let's see. Let's go all the way down to my raw video, because let's just say I was starting from scratch. All right, so I'm going to drag and drop the intro video in first, and then I'm going to pull in the dog video. So now let's play. And that is how you bring in the intro video that you've already produced.